kindly rise for the national anthem. Is an international body of volunteers whose mission is to provide scientific research and recommendations and strategies to ensure a self-sustaining, peaceful existence for human beings and the universe. So today we all of us gather here for this Global Energy Parliament meeting. But before that, I would like to request Mr. Srikumar Banerjee, the head of the communications of Raj Bhavan, kindly felicitate our guest of honors, Padmasree Dr. Kiran Vyas, holding the position of the Raj Bhavan Global Energy Parliament Chair, educationist specialized in yoga, Ayurveda and Indian culture, formerly connected with ISRO, UNESCO and so many other organizations. The felicitation followed by Dr. Christophe Dumas, the Director of Global Energy Parliament Research Center, and he is felicitated by Mr. Srikumar Banerjee, Head of the Communications, Raj Bhavan, Kolkata. Now, before I start the meeting, I would like to request the honorable dignitaries, the Vice Chancellors, from one of them, who is having the flower bouquet in his hand, kindly come and felicitate His Excellency, the Honorable Governor of West Bengal.
Vice Chancellor Babasaheb Education University. Thank you.
Honorable Excellency, myself is Professor Shuranshu Mukhopadhyay, Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi University, East Midnapur.
Honorable Excellency, myself Professor Sushant Kumar Chakraborty, Vice Chancellor of Vidyasagar University, West Bengal.
Good evening, sir. I am Tapas Chakraborty, Vice Chancellor of NACOUT.
Namaste. Your Excellency, the Governor of West Bengal, Your Excellency, the person most important in a way for the West Bengal, in the presence of so many Vice Chancellors, so many universities, in the presence of the dignitaries of West Bengal, young and little less young, but to have the exchanges and to be able to go forward in the true direction what India needs today.
From that, because we are learning that for happiness we can exploit other human beings. We can exploit the Mother Earth.
Discussion and talking about these new theories. I don't know, personally I'm not much aware of what is told right now.
distinguished guest of honor, Sri Kiran Vyas, whom the nation has honored with Padmasree recently. Christophe Dumas is a well-known nuclear scientist from France. Honorable Vice Chancellors, distinguished delegates, teachers and students, and my dear friends. I remember those days when I was the Speaker of the Global Energy Parliament from 2014 to 2024. So many discussions and sessions were held in different parts of the world, particularly in Geneva, in Madrid, in Thailand, Sri Lanka, Paris. You name the world capital, we have all held it there. I was drawn towards this when I was working as an IAS officer in Kerala, especially dealing with higher education, which I am dealing with now also. At that time, I happened to listen to a few lectures of Jagadguru Swami Isha. Initially, I didn't understand what exactly he was saying. I theory is part of the nuclear theory. Education for total consciousness is rooted in the concepts of subjective education and objective education, which is partly in the field of spirituality. But the spirituality and science will join hands. That is an enigma to me. As they say, the east is east and the west is west. Never the twain shall meet. I also thought spirituality and science may never meet. Then it so happened that I joined the Department of Atomic Energy in Mumbai. Mr. Kakotgar was the chairman. You know, I had a lot of exposure to the nuclear scientists. It also took me to the most important laboratories of the world, particularly the sun. You know, the laboratory itself is inside the Alps. You go there, get in a lift, go down by 10, 12 floors, then inside the Alps, the laboratory starts. It's 27-kilometer tunnel, which is a laboratory. I saw so many things there. Trillions and trillions per second, bombarding. Large Hadron Collider. As a student and visitor, it has grown very strange to me that so many things are happening in the inner recesses of the world. Then later on I read in the newspaper along with you that Higgs boson was discovered there. I never thought these were all possibilities. You know, Higgs boson is called God's particle. God's particle, there is an interesting tale behind it. I have written about it. The scientist who discovered Higgs boson, he didn't know what it is. When he wrote an article, he could not find a word for that. He said the Godamned particle. The editor thought it's not proper to call it Godamned particle, so he made it God's particle. So Higgs boson was discovered there. My second exposure went to another world's most important laboratory, which deals with fusion energy. In fusion, if two isotopes, deuterium and tritium, are fused, endless energy is made. You know what is the temperature of the laboratory? 100 degrees Celsius, is it? You know, such a place where they are trying to create, scientists are trying to create sun on earth. Exactly what is happening in the sun. It is fusion energy which takes place there. Endless energy is made. Non-polluting energy. No fossil fuel. The world is trying to bring the sun on earth. Nothing is impossible for science. I used to wonder as a student of literature, does man require this much of energy? Will he be able to hold it? So much of energy can also be used for destroying the universe. Like Prometheus, I used to tell scientists, Prometheus told fire from earth. The gods punish him because man cannot handle so much of energy. So much of energy is being produced in the world. After some time, geopolitics will change. No one will need fossil fuel. There will be no demand or no use for petrol or oil. The entire world is going to be run on fusion energy. So science, there is nothing which science cannot achieve. Now coming to spirituality. I was slightly inclined towards spirituality from my childhood, but I thought that many of it may be superstitious. I thought it may be figments of imagination. Gods with so many hands and heads. I thought it's not imagination. But later on I thought, mythology itself was created to teach science. In Greece and Rome, to explain scientific truths, there should be a medium. So they thought that it is better to convey the concepts of science through mythology, through belief, through faith. Now they join this meeting. There is no difference between science and mythology, science and spirituality. See, in Royal Albert Hall in London, there was famous speech by Dr. Radhakrishnan. Radhakrishnan was the Spalding Professor of Oxford. You know very well, Spalding to be the Spalding Professor of Oxford. He was undoubtedly the acknowledged scholar, most important scholar in the world. Dr. Radhakrishnan was Spalding Professor twice. Acclaimed philosopher. Thousands of people thronged around there, professors, thinkers, philosophers from all over the world. Dr. Radhakrishnan will explain the complicated relation between matter and mind. The entire world, including the media from all over the world, they assembled there. Dr. Radhakrishnan stood up and asked a momentous question: what is matter? What is matter? The entire world listened with rapt attention to understand the answer to this. Dr. Radhakrishnan himself said, what is matter? Answer, never mind. Second question he asked, what is mind? He gave the answer, does not matter. So that is a complicated relation between matter and mind. Now, it has almost come to a world where matter and mind seem to be fusing somewhere. The subliminal big point on which opposites reconcile. Science and spirituality reconciles. That explains the concept of objective education, subjective education. This has been explained using nuclear theory, I theory. I don't know whether all of you have understood that. It's a little difficult to understand, but as you think deep into that, you will understand. I happen to want to approach it skeptically, but later on, it dawned on me that these are not two, these are one. As I say, I have Brahma asked me, or Tattvamasi, you and I are one. This applies to science and spirituality also. Einstein said, the more and more you go into science, the more and more you realize the existence of a God. You call it by whatever name. There is the existence of God. Even Stephen Hawking said, there is some concept of a creator. What is consciousness? I don't want to define it, I want to six. What I want to say in my knowledge as a layman, there is apparent contradiction between science and spirituality, but no real contradiction. This I theory and education for total consciousness is meant to bring these together. I thought it's only a theoretical proposition. But more and more I try to understand that, especially by exposure with these people all over the world, See, the persons who are associated with this, I remember having had a lot of very fruitful discussions with the first president of Seychelles, James Manja, and also with, I think, Lady Carla Davis, right? She's here? Is she in the... there are so many people from various parts of life, including statesmen, heads of governments, heads of states, who have been attracted towards this. And I had the opportunity to send the recommendations of the Global Energy Parliament to the United Nations and also the national governments in various countries. From the European Union, the acceptance came when they replied formally that they are taking up these concepts for implementation. Many states have taken it up. I had the opportunity to present this to the United Nations. The United Nations has given the Global Energy Parliament the status of an accredited agency of the ECOSOC. I happened to be the first one to speak in the United Nations about this. The acceptance for it was tremendous, tremendous, because the world has come to realize that science and spirituality are not different. When the Chandrayaan was sent, and recently, when the Joint Research Project was launched in NASA between ISRO and NASA, they broke coconut. They thought it's a little superstitious. You are breaking coconut in a scientific deal. But the scientists did that. They said science applies to one portion of your intellect. Spirituality is the other. You know, if I may speak serious things in a humorous manner, Homi Bhabha was known to be an irrational man. He of course was rational. He was not particularly known for being spiritual. You know, somebody told Jawaharlal Nehru, Homi Bhabha's office was also near the Prime Minister's office. Even now, Atomic Energy has an office near the Prime Minister's office. I used to be there for quite some time before shifting to the other departments. What somebody told Nehru, in hanging a horseshoe, and your door is supposed to bring good luck. Hanging a horseshoe in front of your door is supposed to bring good luck. Somebody said, told Nehru, see, Homi Bhabha has a horseshoe in front of his door. Nehru said, no, never. He's a rationalist, he will never do such things. He's not superstitious. Anyway, he went and checked her. There was a horseshoe. He asked for Homi Bhabha. This is superstitious. That horseshoe will bring you good luck. How are you doing this? He said, replied, it brings luck even to those who are not superstitious. So that is the thing. See, the East is East and West is West, and never the twain shall meet. Science is science and spirituality is spirituality, never the twain shall meet. It's a fallacy. I do not take more of your time. I just wanted to share my first-hand experience with this. When I went to Geneva, I used to represent India in the underground laboratory, as I said, CERN. You know, I had Mr. Hinduja came to know that I am there. Then he wanted me to meet me. He wanted to meet Swamiji also. We went there. He contacted the scientists at CERN. They expressed interest to study the eye theory as a scientific proposition. I think Saha Institute Director is here? Yes. Yes, he is here. I also happened to be in Saha Institute for a long time in my avatar on the atomic energy. You know, science and spirituality can come together. Education for total consciousness is that, you know, what he says is subjective knowledge. What is subjective knowledge? What is objective knowledge? I don't want to take too much of your time defining it. In my humble understanding, when somebody teaches mother, what's a mother objectively? A human being, female species, the mother has two eyes, nose, everything is there, all physical, anatomy, everything can be explained. Yes, that is also a mother, isn't it? But when it's a mother to the child, it means different. Mother to the child means it's an experience, it's a feeling. Mother means love, mother means protection, mother means sacrifice. That is a subjective mother. The objective mother is the one who walks on two legs. The anatomical mother. The objective mother. Objective is different, subjective is different. What Swamiji does is to propagate this concept. It is very, very difficult in the beginning. Even I found it difficult to carry conviction for this. Now, the government of India has realized that what Kasturi Rangan says about scientific interpretation of our native knowledge is this: bring together the subjective and the objective, where the contradictions will meet. I am a student of literature, as I told you. See, there is a Japanese no play. You know, no play is one of the something like the, I think, what is it? Bengali street play? Pardon?
Fourth street
Okay.
and Nati.
Something similar to that. Yes. You know, there is a group of dancers and singers are dancing and singing around the fire. As the singing tempo increases, as the tempo of dance increases, the music and the musician, the singer and the song, the dancer and the dance, all merge into one. There is no difference between the subjective and the objective. Dancer and the dance become one, singer and the song becomes one. All these things fused together and go into the fire, melts into the fire. All opposites reconcile, and within the fire what you see is the subliminal beauty of this reconciliation of opposites. That is what is here in the I theory and the education for total consciousness. The subjective and the objective, the spiritual and the material, all merge into one. At a sublime point, it all fuses together, and a terrible beauty is born. That is what the YWH says. All change utterly, a terrible beauty is born. It is to send this message that they have come here from France. You know, now the relevance of the present meeting. The Vice Chancellors are here, heads of many institutions are here. Here is something, a new way of looking at education. A new way of making education address the needs of your life. Ultimately, as the King of Bhutan told the whole world, what is required is happiness. It is not the gross domestic product, it is the gross happiness index which matters. And the whole world has accepted it, the UN has accepted it. Now, the primordial question which is asked here, how do you get happiness or peace of mind? Yes, isn't happiness is inside, happiness is outside. There is a Sufi lady at midnight. She was searching for something in the courtyard. The courtyard is filled with sand. They asked her, what are you searching here? A needle. Needle? Where did you lose a needle? I lost a needle inside my house. They laughed at her. What? How mad? You lost a needle inside the house and you are searching outside there. How will you get it from this heap of sand? Then she asked them, do you want happiness? Yes. Where do you search for it? Outside. But you know, happiness is inside. It is this theory which is made into implementable pieces of education. That is the message here. Since Vice Chancellors are here, after this meeting, you can ask your questions to these two people and say, it is broken down as he rightly said. We should have a manual, how to implement it, how to send it across to the children and to the parents. This meeting is meant for that. Therefore, I thought we will institute a chair here. The GEP chair has been instituted in Raj Bhavan. We request the Vice Chancellors and also heads of other institutions to understand what the concept is and try to implement to the extent possible. Thank you very much for your time. Please take it forward. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. Respected Governor of West Bengal, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, faculty members, researchers, and all present here. It is my